Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to some more GGHF Live with me, THP, talking to you all once again. THP des, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Today we're playing some more Granblue Fantasy Versus. Actually today, I was getting some work done. Basically, I've been working all day, and I said, you know what, I kind of want to just get a load off and just sort of relax with something. And so we just finished the Nintendo Direct yesterday, so today might be a good time to just talk about it, you know, have a little post-discussion if anybody brings it up. And in addition to that, I can also play a game, right? And there's like, you know, the world is my oyster, you know? The only thing that is limiting me right now is just my imagination in terms of what games I want to play on stream, right? And I always leave a million things pending, so I could literally play anything and it'll feel like a continuation of whatever I've done before. And so, I already had, you know, because the other day, I played, what did I play? I totally forgot what I played. BlazBlue, yeah. We were playing BlazBlue, so I plugged in the 8-bit do, or 8-bit do, whatever, fight stick. And so, I never unplugged it, I kept it on. And so I said, well, now that I have the fight stick plugged in, let's play a fighting game or something. And so, what fighting game am I interested in right now? What's something that I kind of want to go back and play? Right now, I am sunk, you know, I've sunk my teeth very deep into Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Capcom vs. SNK 2, all of those old kind of PS2 arcade games. I've been learning how to do MAME and all that stuff, but I haven't quite, you know, gotten a good hold of it. I know that Launchbox does all the setup for you, but you have to find like ROM sets and stuff like that. It's just weird. Yeah, MAME is like notorious for being kind of difficult to work with, but when it works pretty good. I know there's also Fightcade and stuff like that. So the Nintendo Direct, am I right? Yeah, exactly. It was cool. Pretty much everything that was announced was great. I was actually thinking of making little highlight clips, just like how I usually do. But, it didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me this time, because, like, the entire presentation was really fun, and everything was good, and so, to me, it just seemed kind of redundant to, like, make highlight clips of everything that was hype, and if most stuff is hype, then I'm literally just taking all 40 minutes and just cutting it into pieces. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it up as is, and if people want to watch it, you'll watch it, you know? I know that it's really easy to get a lot of views by just, especially with like the big like the Live Alive or a Live Alive. Apparently that's how it's pronounced. I got it wrong that time. If you look at the katakana for the game in Japanese, it says Araibu, so yeah, Live Alive. And that would have been a good reaction to like post, and you know, that reaction in and of itself would have gotten a lot of views, but you guys know, you know, my feelings on YouTube right now. And now that I'm pretty close to landing like a good day job, like to me YouTube is not something that really, you know, I'm not really obsessive about like getting a lot of views and stuff anymore, so like I just kind of let it pass and that's it. Maybe I will make at the very least I'll do the clip for Live Alive, because it seems like nobody really knows about that game. I figured that a lot of people knew about it, but when I went back to the archive of my own stream, the chat was like, I don't know what this is, I've never heard of it, you know, and I thought it was funny. But there were other people, like big game publications, that were like, what is that, you know? And so I don't know, I never realized it was that big of a deep cut, right? But I've always been really into like fan translations and looking at Japan-only games and see what never came out over here and then try and play it, you know? Back in the day, before the pixel remasters for Final Fantasy, the original NES version of Final Fantasy III never came out over here until like the pixel remaster that was just like last year. Yeah, so that was very recent. And yeah, technically, you know, you can download a ROM of it, and there's a fan translation and stuff, but like in an official capacity, the only Final Fantasy III that we got was the 3D remake that you have on Nintendo DS and PSP, and I think it was on Steam as well. And I do like that version, right? Because the characters are like actual characters with dialogue and stuff. But yeah, Live Alive was really cool, and I like that it's an HD 2D remake as well. And so it'll be cool to see it in English for the first time. Anyway, I think it'll be a good idea for us to, talk while we play. Because of the Nintendo Direct, I went off on a tangent and I lost my train of thought. Apologies. But yeah, we do have Granblue Fantasy Versus server here. I just kind of wanted to play it. I know that I did say before that I was kind of just done with it, but I think I misconstrued that for just getting burnt out on just playing that game too much in a row. Or something. I have no idea. But, this game really stayed on my mind for a good long while, and I was like, you know what? Let's just play it again. Why not, right? I feel like 4 sessions on stream is a little bit more well-rounded than just 3. It's like an anime, trying to get through the 3-episode test. I just booted it up. I haven't, you know, done anything else, so it might need a minute to load everything. I did put Vira in the thumbnail for this particular session. I mean, obviously, when it comes to making thumbnails for live streams, it's a little difficult to do that when you don't really know what's going to happen ahead of time, right? Like, you have no idea what you're going to be doing, what you're going to be coming across. And so, you kind of need to leave the thumbnail a little generic, you know, or open to interpretation, or just very open-ended. I mean, what you can do is that whatever you bump into during this stream, you can just change the thumbnail later, right? But that might be confusing, I don't know. In Hololive, they have it easy because they have so many fans that do great art, you know, for the characters, and they just have a big... They just have a big picture of themselves. Ugh. Yeah, she's really creepy. But anyway, it's been a while. I have not played this since the last time I streamed it, so apologies if I am a little basic and not very good. Now, the good thing is that the game, on paper, on the surface level, it's not that complicated. Everybody, it's kind of like BlazBlue, you know? They all have their drive ability, their special thing. Yeah, they all have their special attacks and stuff. It's interesting how, like, complex or simple certain fighting games can be, right? Because some of them have like 3 different meters. A game like this one only has 1 meter. And some of them, like, you know, they recover and regenerate without you really doing anything. Some of them take forever to regenerate when you get a hit or do hits. Some of them fill up super duper quickly so that you can just keep spamming special attacks and stuff. I've completely forgotten how to trigger the special attacks. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna need to... Alright, so, quarter circle forward twice. With A. And then with A. With B and with B. Okay. There we go. Onesama. Oh! Killing her with that. Oh shit, and then the red eye. Wow. That was cool. Oh my god! That's how you're ending it? Jeez. That one has to be like a special, specific one. At the mere sound of your breathing. Can't think... Wow. I can't think of anything happier than the moments we share. If this is a dream, I wish never to wake. Damn. An obsessive creep. But yeah, what a... That was a really, great and fun way to end that battle. It kind of makes me wonder if there are other scenes like that. Right? Where, like, if you, defeat a character with a certain other character, they have like special little cutscenes at the end. And not just a generic I win kind of pose. This one seems specific, right? Like Catalina and Vira's right there. I don't think she would do that for anyone else. Hello. Oh, she seems pretty true to herself right here. Everything she says is in terms of Catalina Onesama. She's gonna join our team eventually, isn't she? I feel like in the story mode we'll eventually get to see her. And she's gonna join our team without even us having to beat her up or anything. She'll say yes immediately. There we go. There we go. Oh my god, that looks really good. These cinematics are so nice. Win. I like the sound of the raindrops in my headphones. It feels like I really am there. It feels real. Oh. Get killed by the weird pixie. Alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. Give him the old 1-2. Haha! Give him the old 1-2 punch. You can only guard for so long. There we go. Great! I did the nothing transformation and I won. Maybe that's better said. Yeah, there we go. This is not the one that we saw. Ugh. I don't like looking at her. Their voice lines are long. Alright, Zui. Is it just Zoe or Zui? There must be a reason for why they added 2 O's. Vira's a yandere, basically. God, my nose is... I feel like it's gonna fall off. This game looks fun as hell. Yeah, it is fun as hell. I don't think hell is as fun as this, though. I think this is even more fun. Hello, hello, everybody. What's up? Valentine's Day, I'll be breaking hearts and noses. Yeah, her face is not as creepy as when she's with Catalina. She just changes her demeanor completely. Come on, don't be scared to slam the stick. Come on. You can block? There's a button for blocking? I mean, I know that the story mode had it. I just didn't think it'd be a thing that you could have on the actual, like, fighting game. Is this just like a special form that she... Ah! Oh, okay. So, and with the drive attack, I can do more stuff. Okay, yeah, with the transformation, I can press the X button and it'll do special things. I see. I know that I can go to the command list and it'll explain all this for me and even show me a video. But I don't want to. I don't want to, like, spoil myself on stuff. I like the sense of just kind of discovering all this stuff. If I flat out just, like, don't know and you know, I just need to know, then yeah, sure, I'll look at it, but, you know. But the key there is that I choose to do it. Oh, I can see it definitely following up in the air. You can do the backflip. Ah, I didn't have enough meter to end it in any kind of cool way. Anything for Onesama.
シュバリエと共にあることもあって、聖少獣への理解はあるつもりです。調停者としての役割、とても大変かと存じますが、もし助けが必要ならば、いつでもおっしゃってくださいね。
Well, seems like even a creepy ass person like her can be good and offer help, I guess. I guess even someone like her can be nice. Vira versus Fairy. I forget that they're like dudes in this game. I always end up fighting all the girls all the time. It's like another Arcana heart. Oh, you're at the beach? Where are the swimsuits? Oh, there they are in the background. Lumieria or whatever, that's like her stand, right? The primal or whatever.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Go for it. I need to know what that juice in that container tastes like. I will take it as my own. And make a smoothie out of it. Ah! No. Jumping over that. Yo! Cool boy powers. Yeah, you're definitely supposed to follow up in the air with that. Hey, no. Do desu ka? How about that? Ah! No. No! Okay, well, thank you for helping me with what I wanted to do, which was to... There we go. The old back flippy dippy duper. Yeah, don't get near me. I do like that little pose at the end. I do like when it gets mystical with nice colors and it shines and everything. Sorry, I don't want to hurt the waifu, but I gotta... Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. What are you gonna do, huh? Oh, you'll do that. Ooh. Run, tiny crab. Save yourself. Oy. Oh, the music's pretty good right now. Alright. Let's end this. I've been trying to pull off the big special moves and they're not coming out. Don't look at me like that. It's not my fault. Creepy ass. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Petto no minasan. Introduce me to all of your pets. Onright Catalina again? Sure. And it'll be on harder this time. Not to go completely off topic, but a friend told me it's unhealthy to assume everyone is lying to you. Yeah, absolutely. Is this gonna be another therapy session where we're gonna tell you how we're gonna school you on how to live life? Because I don't want to do that again. I don't want it to be like last time. Where you were talking about like, is it true that if I just boycott everything, I'm gonna be left with nothing? Yeah. And now you're here like, is it true that I shouldn't be assuming that everyone is lying to me? Yeah, you should not assume that everyone is lying to you. That is a very cynical way to look at life. And that's the truth, and that ain't no lie. I mean, whatever, have critical thinking, right? Don't just believe everything that you hear on the internet, or, you know, believe everything that someone tells you flat out without asking any questions, right? It's less about trusting people or assuming lies, and more about, you know, making educated guesses with the information that you got, right? If you can get a second opinion or a third opinion from someone else, then that's the best thing that you can do. Don't just trust things at face value, but also, you know, you'll know, depending on the people that you're talking to. The best way to go about it is to not go about it alone. Because then you have other people to work off of. And they'll tell you, right? There's some people that are super, like, They have great social skills and they're very learned and they've dealt with people before. You know, like a salesman will, like, you know, psychoanalyze somebody. And you'll know that they're lying or whatever. I can tell that Arc Systems Works made this. Yeah, absolutely. They did make this. And it's great. Alright, what? You want me to... Nope. Come on, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me. Yo. Oh! I didn't want you to go that savage. I think I'm gonna die. Oh, God. Don't be too hard. Maybe she'll love it. Come on. There we go. Now you're dead. Ah, it didn't do the animation for it, though. Well, that's a pretty big one, too. Wow, the other animation didn't even work. Your love burns me through. Oh, boy. I wasn't able to get the other animation that I wanted. It was the Beansprout Princess's birthday today, yeah. Yesterday and today. One of my favorites. Catalina's hot? Yeah, I think everybody in this fucking game thinks that Catalina's hot. There's a lot of mention of that one character in this game. There's even a little robot version of her. Like, a lot of people really like Catalina. Here we go. Never play Reflections ever against the saw everything now? Cool. Since you saw everything. Yeah, you're not gonna have to play it anymore, although the content has been exhausted. Hopefully then I'll stop seeing questions on the Discord of like, did you know that when it's the character's birthday, they react to it? Because like every 3 months I see something of like, oh, it's the character's birthday. Did you know they react to it in Reflections? Yeah, I know. So now that you've seen everything in that game, hopefully that can stop. There we go. Alright. Oh. Come on. Ay. Catalina be crazy. No, everybody else surrounding Catalina is crazy. Catalina is the most level-headed, normal one. Is everybody else that goes crazy for her. What's up? Come on. Don't try to avoid this. Da. There we go. You are dead. Ah! Man, the graphics look so nice on this. I love it. Anime looks good in any form. Hand-drawn and in 3D. Or in 3D to make it look like it's in 2D. Simple glory of the duel. We'll continue our chat at a later date. And there we go. Beelzebooby. Vira versus Beelzebub. Is it BL? Beelzebub. Hello everybody, to everybody coming in. 8 viewers, that's pretty good for a Granblue stream. That's not bad. Alright, blonde boy. That is a term I control a beast. I will unmake you. What? Alright, protect on Esama, let's do it. Doi! Ha ha ha! Hey! No, your little spinny boy stuff won't be enough. I was literally standing right in front of him and I couldn't grab him. There we go. Now I got the greeny stuff. Come on, do the thing. 2 quarter circles forward, right? Where's a quarter circle back? Well, wait. There we go. Oh, yeah. Ah, they keep pushing me back. Man, this guy did the long-range strategy. I tried to get close to him and I couldn't. The kind of woman you want around you. I'm not even the biggest fan of Armor Knight females, but Catalina, she simply sparks some invigorating emotions. Which is funny because she's not really doing much of anything. She's just like a very normal, straight man kind of character. But everybody's so infatuated with her. I mean, I like her. But I only started liking her because I played the story mode and I saw her in like funny situations and she just reacted in a funny way. Here we go. Ah! Stop pushing me. Ah, no. Thank you. Stop. There we go. Am I gonna hit 100 here? Oh, God. No, invincibility frames. No, that blows ass. I saw him lying on the ground and I said it's not gonna work. He's gonna get up and the invincibility frames are going to like ruin that whole attack. You're using a fight stick, correct? I can hear the button pad inputs. That's a bad thing. You're not supposed to be able to hear that. Which means that I still need to keep fiddling with this goddamn microphone. This microphone, let me tell you guys, it's been nothing but trouble ever since I got it. I might, by the time you guys see the next stream, you guys might see the Blue Yeti come back, because as much as people crap on and meme on the Blue Yeti, it sounded great. It sounded great in comparison to this microphone that I'm literally struggling with it on a daily basis. And you didn't hear the buttons before, and now you do, and that sucks. Kazana-san, konnichiwa. Actually, here it's nighttime, so konbanwa. We're playing Granblue Fantasy. Oi, there we go. Good. All right. Konbanwa, Kazana-san. Genki desu ka? Ugh. Yandere. All right. Yeah, we did it. How much did we got? 666. Ooh, okay. Nice thing. You got this, cool guy, thank you. I find it satisfying. The clicking and the clacking, like with the buttons. That's ASMR. There we go. ASMR gamepad. I should be an ASMR streamer and just clack on that. All right, good. So what do we want to... Right now, I really want to do RPG mode because we have not finished the story. If I am going to keep streaming this game, I at the very least want to finish the RPG mode of it. I want to finish the story. I want to get all the characters. You know, keep leveling up my weapons and stuff. Tower of Babel. What's this? I personally don't mind it. Alright, good. I'm glad you guys are not... I mean, look, if I'm, like, sniffling every 5 seconds and that doesn't fucking bother you, and I've never heard anybody complain about that, I guess that's fine. It personally bothers me because with my previous microphone, you couldn't hear it at all. I would slam on this fight stick and you wouldn't hear it at all. But now you do. I guess this microphone is just more sensitive, and I do, I increased the gain and all that stuff. I don't know. I've talked about my my microphone a million times. But yeah, actually, I might just like get rid of this one and move it over to my iMac, because with my iMac and the interface and everything, I can use that to record music, and then I can take my my Yeti and then just use it for streaming and everything. You clink and clank and clattering collection of calignious junk. All right, cool. Fickle Beauty. Ah, we have what's the name of this girl? I forget. I am fine. Good. Okay, Metara. Alright, Metara-san, let's see. Ara? どうしたの? The voices are a little low. 100% on the voices? I can't barely hear it. No. The master volume is not the problem. Anyway. Auto. Not the vacation she wanted. Okashi? Yeah, what's happening with the story right now? I kind of forgot. This is the robot girls, right? Oh yeah, these guys. Mamono da. So there, eh? Yeah, there we go. You got the wrestling pose already. This is no place for Mamono. You make your own beach. Call it Monster Beach. This looks so clean. It is clean. Yep. She has this moldy wet blankets. Wow. In Japanese, I think she just says, "Oh, you monsters," but it's like you moldy wet blankets. That's what they decided to go with. Am I better off reading or watching a recap of everything that happened in One Piece up until this point? Instead of wasting your time thinking about it, instead of wasting your time thinking about what you could do, just read it. Go on the Viz app, on the Shonen Jump app on your phone, or go to Viz Media. Or go to your local Barnes & Nobles and just get yourself the One Piece manga and just read it. You're never gonna regret it. You're not gonna regret it. If you're lazy, which I think that's most people, you're gonna be like, "Oh, but I wanna watch it." You can watch the anime, but I don't recommend it. I highly recommend that you read the manga. The manga's so much better. And the manga's so good right now with One Piece. They're on Wano right now. Luffy's fighting Kaido. Trafalgar Law and Captain Kidd are doing some crazy stuff. Big Mom is really tearing it up. The latest chapter has been making things really exciting. How many volumes is even in One Piece right now? 100. They just celebrated 1,000 chapters and 100 volumes. So yeah, that's a lot of books to buy. But if you guys just buy the frickin' what, like $2 a month subscription, I read 3 120-page long light novels. I think I'll be alright. Well, cool. That's a good thing that you read light novels, because manga's better. It has pretty pictures on it. But I'm sorry if I'm going a lot. I'm sorry that I'm like, you know, kind of talking a little slow. I kind of want to focus on not playing like an idiot right here. There we go. The way that I read my manga... Where's my phone? I got a phone clamp for... So with manga, I have the Shonen Jump app. And I know that there's 100 volumes for One Piece, but yeah, so I ordered a little thing that clamps onto your phone. And so I can just play it with emulators and other games and stuff. But this is the Shonen Jump app, and so here... It's only, it's literally just $2 a month. And I'm not sponsored, but, this is where I read everything. And so in here, you can just tap on the One Piece thing. And so you have all of the One Piece manga right here. It's free for me because I have the subscription. But it's literally all 1,039 chapters of the manga right here. And so you can just tap on any of them, and you just start and there we go. You just start reading it. And just go like that. It's really easy, and you can read it at your own pace. That's a little better than watching the anime, in my opinion, because the anime has a lot of flashbacks. It has a lot of filler. And the manga, for the most part, is not gonna waste your time. For the most part. And if you want to read it fast, you can just read it fast. But yeah, every single time somebody asks me, it's too long, should I get a recap, or should I do a short version, or a summary, or like, can I skip some arcs? I don't know. Volume 1, Chapter 1, Page 1, start. Believe me, if you like One Piece, you're gonna love it so much that you're gonna be pissed that there aren't 1,000 more chapters for you to read. That's what happens with the reaction channels, where they react to One Piece and they're like, oh, it's so long, we're never gonna finish it. And then they finish it, and they're like, oh, I want more, why do I have to wait a week? I do read a manga too. Ever heard of Yuna and the Haunted Hot Spring? I even have a few comic book series, even though manga's kicking the shit out of comics right now, yeah. Manga has always been, you know, ahead of the curve in comparison to comics. Hey. Sore? Why does everything gotta sound so sexual with her? Everything has to be like, you know? That's like Hololive Choco Sensei voices.
Quest clear.
Yeah, I think Choco Sensei just voices this character. Voice Metara. I still possess 2 volumes of Konosuba light novel I still need to read. Konosuba's good. It's funny. Alright, pick all this up. Hi. Oshimai. Kawaii One-san? That scary chick. Ugh, I hate when people call girls chicks. And this is not a white knight thing, you know, like... It just, that word, I don't know. It just sounds sleazy, I don't like it. It isn't every day that a total hottie saves your skin. Well, she's aware. Is that really all you have to say now? Yeah, no, I'd be over the moon. I'd be happy. Yeah, I think I already said this before, but I think, yeah, the English text here is a completely different world from the Japanese voices. It feels like a Funimation dub, you know? Everything has to be very sarcastic and kind of cynical sounding in a way that I just kind of don't like. I love a gal with a talent. You see, gal doesn't really make sense because then in Japanese you have gyaru, and gyaru is like a totally different thing. But yeah. Magic, right? I love a gal with talent. Yeah, it's just so weird. What is this weird, like, Adult Swim dub of this? This Toonami-ass dub. Localization, I mean. And so, yeah, there is an option for you to change this to English voices. And it's supposed to align with this text, and I think that's why it sucks so much when you play it alongside the Japanese voices. It's just a totally different thing. They just... It feels like they rewrote the entire thing. None of that Superman's son is bisexual for no fucking reason. I mean, stuff like Hellboy, Late 8 and I don't know, I don't even know what you're talking about. Kakui. But yeah, no, I know I kind of went off on a tangent, as I always do, but, yeah, no, don't, just because a series is long, don't think that you're going to benefit from, like, summaries and recaps and, you know, just watching compilations or something. Just read the whole thing, watch the whole thing. Believe me. That I and, like, so many other people with One Piece, we all think the same thing. Man, it's so long, but then you start reading it and you start watching it and you start liking it. And because you like it so much, and it gets really, 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 really good, really, really fast, you just want to keep reading it. You want to keep reading it and you don't want it to end, and so you're gonna be happy that it's super long when you end up liking it. You're gonna be like me, and you're gonna end up buying Luffy figurines like me. Although I didn't buy this one was a gift. But yeah, don't worry about it being long. Don't be intimidated by that. All of the time that you're wasting thinking about reading it, instead of actually reading it, you know, just do that. Yes. Totemo pretty. You should in English dubs all the time. Well, I wouldn't say all the time. I literally just did a BlazBlue stream where, like, I lament the fact that there is no English dub, but okay. Is there some nerd in Japan right now shitting on the Japanese dub of South Park and prefers his equivalent of subtitles? Yeah, probably. Probably. They probably say, why can't they have it in English, you know? Just have the regular English dub. That's how the show was made, you know? And just have subtitles. Yeah, no, I think everywhere in the world, there's that one guy. Or that little community of guys that think, gosh, you know, I don't wanna see it, you know, dubbed in German. I just wanna, you know, experience this movie in English, right? Why am I not given the choice and I have to play it in German? I don't want to play it in German. The voice acting in English is better. Or in Japanese, right? God, these two have been talking forever. Or I've been talking forever. Hi translates to sounds like a plan. Metara's pride has been wounded, causing her to take more of a cautious approach. But she is still kawaii. The master archer who can soar through the air joins her fellow skyfarers in her journey to find the source behind the distortions in the sky. Cool. Badass meeting of destiny. Oh, this is gonna be a comedy one. God help me. Earth grid is suggested for this battle. Well, how do we... There we go. Customize characters, weapons, support skills. Okay, so, there was like an auto thing, right? Earth. There we go. Alright. 15 minutes later. Yeah. This is Port Breach Archipelago. Several days before disaster strikes August. Lowain, Elsam, and Tomoy are 3 friends who cook for Grant's crew. They are leisurely shopping for groceries. Really? That's what they are? Just 3 random dudes that just cook? Okay.
いやー、ボブでウッドリフ変えるとか、マジでついてたよな。そうだな。今日の晩飯は豪勢に行けっか。俺串焼きで食いて。
Can't understand what they're saying.
団長たち、絶対喜ぶべ。早いとこグラサイに戻っか。
God, they have like an accent. Oh, God. What the hell? That slapped me in the face. A cricket? What? A cricket? How do you mix up a dragonfly with a cricket? Well, it's not a dragonfly either, genius. I can't tell if you're sarcastic or not. Oh my God, all 3 of you are idiots. Ahoka? I mean, I know hi means yes in Japanese. Well, it means more than just yes, right? It can mean other things, but like, you know, they changed it to this like really specific sentence. I mean, just Japanese is common sense to just have the sub say yes, but it's basically what they say when they, yeah, you see, like, it's in the spirit of what they mean, but like, they get really loose with it. Especially when you have an English dub, right? And that gives them even more liberty to say whatever the hell they want. But yeah, technically it means the same, but like it's just funny, you know? They say something that essentially means yes or okay or let's go, and it's like they add like 15 more words to it. I've seen like just little tiny bits of Japanese voice be like a whole paragraph in English and the other way around, right? But whatever. Languages don't work in the same way all the time, right? And I'm not a professional. I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm not getting paid to translate and localize, so it's fine. Oh, God, okay. That robot just heard, oh, here we go, ranting again about localizations. I'd rather kill myself than to hear him again, and so he blew himself up. Oh! There we go, she said scramble go, and the text says scramble go. There we go, that's what I mean. Says the Robo Catalina. That chick just shut down the bug. That chick? What do you mean that chick is a fucking robot? You need glasses, man. The 3 of you just keep confusing one thing for the other. You're like Twitter users. Supple? What do you mean supple? Hmm. No, well, she's dead now. Yeah, you see? Like, Catalina's son just exploded, is what the guy said. And in English? The heck? It's like, what are you doing? But again, they're factoring in the dub, which is something different. Gone forever. Bros, there's no olive branch for this travesty. Not made of metal. Elsam's voice quivers as he holds up a piece of debris from the Catalina lookalike. Upon closer inspection of the wreckage, whatever it is used to be before it exploded was clearly not organic. What do you mean? Ah! It did a Goku teleport like that. Those vibes ain't friendly, fam. Ah. If someone says gomen and the subtitle says please forgive me or something, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, because that's what they're saying. Yeah, that's fine. Just because it's one word doesn't mean that also has to be one word in English, right? That'd be too much. That's not how that's not how translating or localizing stuff works. But like, the problem is when they like really go off the beaten path and they have them say something totally different. Something completely different that, yeah, technically means the same, but like, it just feels unnecessary, right? Like, for example, if somebody says gomen, but then in English they say, "My apologies for the horrible mistake." It's like, alright, the character's like a butler, so he has to be very formal, and so that's why he would like stretch it out like that, right? But at the same time, can't you just say my apologies? Like, I don't know. It really depends. It depends. Not every company does it in the same way. NIS America localizes stuff differently. XC localizes stuff differently. Axis Games does stuff differently. Atlas localizes and translates stuff differently. And every single company has had their fair share of really good translations and god-awful garbage translations, to the point that, like, random fans online that put out ROM hacks for free do a better job. Oh, wow, cool. What is this? You guys are idiots! You guys are fools! Why are you in this game? I am hyped now. Great, now it's telling me, thank you for covering up half the damn screen. Telling me how to do this move that I already did. There we go. Ah, these guys are really awkward to control. Why, hey. Alright. It's funny because one of my abilities is to summon the robot Catalina as well. So it's just the robot Catalina versus another robot Catalina. Yeah, yeah. These guys are creeps. I don't like these guys. They make me uncomfortable. Ha ha. Wait. I don't like how they talk. Oh, these guys. This guy's so awkward to control. Yeah, there we go. Explode, please. Ah, I'm having a hard time moving this guy. Why is this so awkward? There we go. Well, the pyramid is pretty good, but it's pretty short-lived. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I can do, like, combos or anything. Combos in the air. Oh, wow, this... I don't know why I'm having such a hard time moving him. Way! I want to buy a Japanese version of Gears of War just to see how it is when it's the other way around. What are they doing? Yeah, I don't know how like really violent games like those would be in Japan. I know that they came out with like multiple versions of Resident Evil 7. There was like a safe version of Resident Evil 7 that removed a lot of, like, you know how like the guy's like arm gets cut off in Resident Evil 7? Well, there's a version, a Japanese version, that like it doesn't happen. Like the chainsaw still hits him, but the arm doesn't come off, you know? Like, they kind of censor that out. And then there's some violent scenes where, like, the screen just cuts to black, and you hear, like, a guy screaming or whatever. And, yeah, you don't get to see what happens. But in the American version, or, like, in the... I think there's, like a different rating version of it in Japan as well, but, like... You can find a way to get the more adult version that has all of the violence on screen and stuff. In the same way that here in America, if there's something that's really sexual or something, then they might blur it out and stuff like that so much more. But Resident Evil, that's super violent, they would never censor it. Wait a minute, America has a problem with sex, Japan has a problem with blood and guts, Gears of War, and it really depends, you know, not everybody, obviously. Japanese people don't like excessive violence. It depends, because it depends on, like, where they're selling it, and the demographic, and the company behind it, and stuff, because there's obviously a lot of, like, seinen manga that's really violent. Like, you can read a manga where you can see, like, a guy, like, get cut in half in detail and stuff, right? There's some horrendously violent stuff out there, but that stuff doesn't get censored, right? Like, Berserk is also, like, really violent. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure can get pretty violent, right? So not everything gets censored, right? But when... I can kind of understand Resident Evil because that's, like, more realistic. I don't know. It's a little bit more realistic. I have no idea. Like, in the same way that here in America, like, the sexual stuff, some stuff passes, some stuff doesn't. You can see somebody have sex in The Last of Us 2, but you can't play Dead or Alive Extreme 3. That never came over here in America, right? And same thing over there, right? You can watch like you can watch like Attack on Titan, right? Like Shingeki no Kyojin, and you can see everybody like get devoured and stuff. But at the same time, with Resident Evil 7, with Biohazard 7, like they don't allow to see like the arm get chopped off and none of that stuff. It's weird. Every country, you know, America's weird. You know, Korea is weird. Mexico's weird. In Mexico and Dragon Ball Z, they like cut a million stuff out from the Dragon Ball Z anime. It's... I don't know. You know, every country has its tolerances and stuff, and they're all weird. I don't see the problem most of the time. Also, did he just say, did we pwn them? Did we pwn them? This game, when did this game come out? Like 2019? Pwn them. Really, you said pwn in 2019. That got old in like 2008. You know, freaking like even like almost 20 years ago that was like already super drawn, you know, played out. God damn. God damn. Who says pwn anymore? Like old people that are out of touch that want to sound cool with the kids, I guess. But even old people would like reference Fortnite and flossing before they reference pwning. That's like, I know they're supposed to be comedy characters, so I guess they're like saying it ironically, but like, goddamn, dude. Even my friend who used to say it a lot doesn't anymore. MGS Peace Walker, the protagonist gets tickled instead of getting zapped in the Japanese version. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Oh, hello. Suddenly, a convoy of mechanical figures roll into view. Without warning, the machines unload their ordnance on the Lowain Bros. Let's go before we're donezo. I mean, look. In defense of the localization here, these three characters in particular talk really fucking weird. They have been aiming for the grand cipher. The ferocity of their pursuers forced them to stow away aboard a transport ship. After spending the night aboard the outbound ship, the bros disembark the next day and find themselves on an unknown island. What? Catalina Robot Island? A never-ending stream of machines greets the exhausted bros, but despite their fatigue, they must fight on if they wish to reach Gran and the others in August. They'll have to pull out all the stops against a threat they've never faced before. Okay. I really hate these guys. I don't like them. They really do seem like the typical comedy relief that you'd see in any show. Episode 27 Boundary. Okay. We did everything here, right? Alright, just making sure. Alright, so... Lumasi Archipelago? Fire grid is suggested for this battle. Okay. Well, let's customize and do fire then. Weapons. Auto-select. There we go. We have fire. Okay, so are these the characters that I want? I have Catalina, Charlotta, Lancelot, Ladiva, Matara, Lowain. Soros is fun. Jita? Why is she so low level? Let's go for her. And then we have Matara as well. Oh yeah, and Lowain is here too. No, I think... oh, there we go. I guess we got Catalina. That's okay. Okay, 2 waves. Oh, look at all these dudes. Hoping to get to the bottom of the strange phenomena plaguing the Skylum, the crew set a course for the Lumasi Archipelago. None of them say anything. Wah! They called back their stando. Their distortion spreading through the skies, causing all this chaos. They're being rewritten. I think I said this before, but this is the voice of Sanji, right? He sounds exactly the same. Man, I'm dealing with primals in Final Fantasy XIV, and we're dealing with primal beasts here. Everything's primal. Like a child playing in a sandbox. Somebody playing God. Before leaving Amalthea, Gran received some unsettling news from Seattle Cart. A scene from Rambo 2019 where rips a guy's throat open with his hands was cut from Japan. Weird to me is normal to you, weird to you is normal to me. Yeah, that's how it is with every country. We can complain all we want, but that's a little bit more complicated than just change it because I don't like it. Desu ne. Desu ne. Somebody's really ripping it up on those synth keyboards. They got they opened up Caustic on their phone and they're going dee doo dee doo dee doo dee doo. Sounds really 80s. Sounds like strangely like cyberpunkish. Ah, nandato? The entire sky world. Sora no Sakai. I hear the word Sora and it makes me want to go and play Sora no Kiseki. Trolls in the Sky. Man, I prepared all of those games to have like the Japanese voices and you know, they have all of the upgrades on Steam with like the higher resolution and turbo mode and everything, and I have not gotten to those games ever. What do you think is gonna happen first? Do you guys think I'm gonna finish all of the Legend of Heroes? No, do you think I'm gonna finish the Crossbell games first? Before the official localizations come out, or do you think the localizations are gonna come out first and then I'll finish it? No, I want to finish it first because I know myself. The official translations are gonna come out, and I'm gonna be like, well, let's play it all the way from the beginning with the new translations, and that's gonna be like another year of my life. Chances are I might get codes for that anyway. Localization will come out first, haha. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe. But here's the thing though, I'm probably gonna end up getting review copies for those. So, yeah, I might, the localization might come out first, but also I might end up playing those games like a month and like a month ahead of time, I don't know. You guys wouldn't know, because there's rules saying that I'm not allowed to even mention that I have it now. Before, you can kind of say that you were playing it, but now it's like, no. If you get a code, don't say anything on social media. Don't tell anyone that you have it. Just keep it to yourself and play it. So like, if I do get a code someday, you guys wouldn't know.
でももう事態は空の世界全体を脅かしつつある。だから絶対に止めよう。僕たちの手で。
はい。しかしそうなるとやはりロゼッタが心配だな。
ちょうどルーマシーに帰ってる時にこんなことが起きちまうなんてよ。ロゼッタなら大丈夫よ。きっと絶対大丈夫。
Ah! Where'd you come from?
どこから？それに何か様子がおかしい。みんな気をつけて。
It's weird that they talk. Oh, shut like, they talk all creepy. We're in a world where everything is in the sky flying. Where the hell did these guys come from? Unless they had their own ship and they just jumped in. Alright, I guess we're fighting here. But I'm gonna gender swap myself. Instead of being Gran, I'm Jita. Let's go. Da 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 da. Exterminate all foes. Thank you. Yep. There we go. Now I'm flowing. So much better than playing against other weirdo. Against the other cat-ear dude. Well, that didn't do much. Okay. I wanted to do the big long combo, but not possible. Oh, here we go. Oh, that killed everybody. That was awesome. All right, cool. Let's go. What? These guys are here too. Get out of here, wolf. What? You shoot lasers now? Oh, look at that. Got a little wizard's hat and everything. You dressed for the occasion. Congratulations. There we go. Whippa! Yeah. She does like a move. Like, it's similar to like Sakura's move from Street Fighter. There we go. Cut your toenails, you weird beast. Da 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 da. Ooh, I leveled up a lot. Rank A. Alright. You're not gonna screw me for not using my items or whatever? For not using my abilities? Ooh. Hey! Here we go! We got the waifu in here. Yeah, let's start. Light is suggested. I mean, we don't have to change every single time, right? But if it gives us a leg up. Light. Alright, we got it. Oh, I want to unlock this character real bad. I really want to play as her. She's great. Narmaya. My favorite. Mina Daisuki. Narmaya. Takes a temporary leave of absence from the Grand Cipher to focus on training her blade. She's currently immersed in silent meditation, deep in a forest in the Lumasi Archipelago. Oh, we're gonna be fighting her in the story, huh? She's not gonna remember us. No, she's sleeping. Great. Ah. Kawaii. Dancho-chan? Like Noel? No, like Noel Dancho? Oh, hello.
おっと、ちょうどよかった。この辺にタヌキが逃げてこなかった。
A tanuki, what?
一体何をしているの？
俺が何をしてようが
I mean, he told you he's chasing after. He's chasing after a tanuki.
おその刀お前も森の動物で試し切りしてたのか
そう。森が騒がしいのはあなたたちのせいなのね。瞑想の邪魔なのだけれど。
I was so focused on my meditation, you just had to ruin it with your noise.
だったらどうした意見すると言うんならお前も黙らせてやってもいいんだぞ
Oh boy.
強い悪意に通じない会話ならば刃で答えるのみ。
Here we go.
やめやがってせいぜい後悔するがいい
Alright, let's fuck him up. Brim Basin. Ooh, this music. Nice BGM. Use skeleton SB. Alright, this will just be like an introduction to the character. Take off, butterfly. Flutter on wings of steel into the free blue sky. Ah, there we go. Pull out the blade.
引かねば切る。
Foot soldier, retreat. Oh, that boob jiggle. Oi, oi, oi. What is that? Setsuna? No, I like the pose. I've been surrounded by nothing. Absolute horizon will scatter the enemy. Alright. I don't like that they're showing me the simplified controls for this. There we go. Awesome. I don't really have to do the moves, but they pick them to fall back, change into free flutter stance, and press my advantage. Kyo Kasuigetsu. Alright. Sword drawn. Oh my god, this song. Being cautious. Continue the offensive with Crescent Moon. Yeah, it's this. Crescent Moon Plus. Goodbye. Sarabada. I'll sap their morale with Mugen Kagura. Mugen Kagura. Alright, sword drawn. Boy! Ah. There's no escape. I ruined it. Dawn flies a defensive stance. Transient allows me to perform skills as a switch from Dawn Fly to Free Flutter. Yeah, so... special attacks where you can switch from one form to the other as you're attacking. My SBA gauge is full, time to bring this dream to an end. 100 cloudscapes. Oh my god, you really want me to do RB forward? I really don't want to do RB. Yay! Alright. Stand between me and the summit. Hey! Here we go. Alright, how many of you do I have to kill? I thought there was only one of you. I don't know, there were 20 of you guys. Chasing after the same tanuki. Come on. This guy's clearly a little beefier, but... nothing I can't handle. Oh! What? You were saying? Yeah, when I see the little butterfly symbol on my character, I just changed forms. Yeah, yeah. Ah, Narmaya's so pretty. Max chain number 20 or more. Yeah, no, I didn't do that. Definitely not. No, sir. Just defeat all of these.
つまらぬものよ。
なんだこいつ。剣がまるで見えん。
報告です。アマルティアで機密の少女が。
機密の少女。それってまさか。
了解だ。急ぎ艦へ戻り執行だ。全員速やかに撤退しろ。
Uh-oh. They're going after Lydia.
そこの女、今日はこの辺で勘弁してやる。
今の人たちってエルステ帝国兵よね。
They're with the bad boys.
帝国は滅んだはずで、もうルリアちゃんが狙われることなんてないはずなのに。団長ちゃん、ルリアちゃん、待ってて。お姉さん、すぐに行くから。
Onesan is coming. Your big sister, alright, Dancho-chan. With sword techniques forged by unimaginably rigorous training, Narmaya can stand on equal footing with almost any foe. Sensing danger closing in on her friends, the swordswoman hurries to rejoin the crew. Yeah. Do I yeah! Now she's here. Alright, beautiful. Well, a level 40. Damn. Well, let's have her as support. And what do I need here? Fire? There we go. Fire. Fire equipment for a fire team. Grant and the others head to the Lamasi Archipelago, where their crew member Rosetta is on the shore leave. Rackham remains aboard the Grand Cipher to deal with any unanticipated contingencies while the rest of the crew head into the forest. Alright. See ya.
やっぱりここでもルーマシーの森全体からおかしな力を感じるみたいです。
Alright, strange power.
うまく言葉にできないけど、私でも森に違和感を感じる。前はこんなことなかったのに。
ルーマシーも教育に飲まれつつあるんだ。
Yep.
ってことはまさかロゼッタも他のやつみてえについて
No!
そんなこと言ってんじゃないわよ。このバカトカゲ。
Now, well, it's probably true, though.
イオも B も落ち着いて。
このルーマシーの森は彼女の力を強めてくれる。きっと大丈夫さ。
We're probably still gonna have to fight another big giant spirit,
と
though.
にかく今は早くロゼッタさんを見つけるんだ。
Yeah, let's go. And so I'm assuming we're gonna bump into Narmaya and have to fight her and everything, right? So then she's in her team. I can't see her being like some side character that's separate from this team. Oh, there we go already. You having a shield ain't gonna do shit. There we go. Your shield means nothing. What? Oh, these dudes teleport now. I think they were already doing that before, but... Yeah, I know. They were about to do that green laser. I remember now. Beautiful. Ah, no. Hit you from behind. Ah. Oh, that guy had way too little health. He had way too little health. I wasn't able to do the full moves, so... Cool. Oi. Kick these animals in the face. Narmaya was, trying to fight to defend these animals, and now she's kicking their butts. Finish! We got it. Thank you. Oi, oi, oi. No! You're pointing at the wrong direction, you silly, silly girl. Ah, you can kill that one. Alright, we done. No, not yet. There's a lot of waves. And then we gotta do this other one. And there we go. We got the two. Just in case they want us to do that. We walked pretty far, yeah. More? Nope. Okay. Yeah, it's the shield. You have to jump over it. Okay, are we? Am I doing something wrong? Do I have to like keep? Do I have to do something different? Wait. Oh, there we go. We're done. I was wondering, it's like, or no. Exterminate all foes. All right. Fairly long. Longer than any of the other missions we've done so far. But that's fine, you know, I like a lot of content. It's just weird and unusual. Usually, I'd be done by now. In any other level. Great! Oh, oi, oi, oi. Go for it! Oi. Oh, he brought down their attack and defense. Good. Get rid of these little strange satellites that are stealing Wi-Fi. Ah, there we go. Would have been cool to catch him in the air. Oh, there he is. That special attack where her hair goes blue, like, if you don't know exactly what it is you're supposed to be doing, you're gonna screw it up so bad. It's just gonna be the one attack and that'll be it. Alright. More level ups. Max chain number, skill hit, rank A or higher. Alright. Jita's catching up. New items. I'm gonna have to trash most of it. A lot of it is just, you know, regular ass, just normal drops. R ranks that are just not useful. Oh, Flash of Steel. There's a new thing here. 5, 5, 5, 5, 15. Okay. This looks like it might be hard. Alright, Earth is suggested. I feel like this time I really should care about how I customize this stuff. Auto select. Earth. There we go. But one thing that I can do is that I can... There we go. I can uncap and I can upgrade. Alright, baby. I'm a little stronger now. The partner can't be the same character as the quest character. I guess I'll do him. There we go. Whatever. Give me anybody. Cause I'm bad. My brother got me a bag of gummy worms. Apparently he had a ton of them and he's had enough with so many gummy worms, so he gave me a bag. I'm gonna eat one of them. No, don't kill him! And bah, she comes! To the rescue! She's purple and scary. Okay. Catalina's being cringe. Stop her. Alright. So it's a little alternate timeline thing where like she comes in and saves him? Duh. With the evil thing on her. Oh. Bah! Thought, okay, so we fight the stand.
感じるこの青少獣暴走しているの
Mm-hmm. Looks like it. It's gone cray cray.
団長ちゃんたちのためにも絶対に負けられない
Mm. Let's hope I don't die. Oh, the music got way louder. Alright, Ares. Alright, I keep avoiding the attacks. Good. Oh, hits hard. Yeah, well that, I was gonna ask, well, is that actually gonna do anything? I doubt it. Alright, overdrive. There we go. Ugh. No. Just be careful. Oh, now I need a standing block. In the heat of the moment, I don't know what the hell's a mid-air attack and what's a low attack. I just see this as an attack, so I just pull back. There we go. Ah, yes. Perfect time to use the special attack. What you got? What are you gonna do, huh? No, run! Ah, you idiot. The cooldown on my wait. Yeah. Swords, what are you doing all the way over there? Ooh. Block it. There we go. I think we got this in the bag. One last big attack, baby. Run! Well, he's dead. You idiot. You silly, silly boy. Oh, there we go. You gotta keep going down, 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 down. There we go. Revived. Oi! There we go. Crash him. And you're dead. Oi! Finish. That was satisfying. That was fun. Clear. Yeah, I died. That's probably the reward that I got for killing it. Alright, so I doubt that'll affect the story. Be gone. It's really strange that they decided to put her here. All the way back to the start of the story, essentially. And do like this weird like alternate timeline thing. Yeah, what about you, Dancho-chan? He's a tough cookie, he won't crumble just cause you shake the bag. What a sentence. Somebody wrote that. Somebody actually wrote that and said, yeah, this should be in this video game.
すまないナルメア殿手間をかけたようだ
ありがとうございますナルメアさんナルメアさんのおかげでカタリナも元に戻りましたそんな私は何も
But can you help her with her hunger problems though?
ルリアちゃんお腹が減っちゃったのねお姉さんが何か作ってあげようか
Yes, let Onesan take care of you. And Onesan it looks shorter than everyone else.
じゃあみんなで船に戻りませんか
Mm-hmm.
皆さんご無事ですか
Hello. So at this point into the story, we're just barely seeing him for the first time.
よろずやさん
おやその
おや
だとカタリナさん元に戻られたみたいですねなるほどとなると指揮官の不在も原因の一つでしょうか何かあったの実はですねアマルティアへ侵攻していた帝国軍が撤退を始めまして
They lost their leaders, so now they're hightailing it out of here.
それで今度はバルツ公国に向かったみたいなんですよね
Yeah, so we're getting the transition to like, oh, now they're in this other place, so go there. Like, you know, we've already done this technically. So it's like odd that we're kind of like reliving it again, but now with Narmaya here.
しかもアウギュステの方でもなんとも説明のしづらい混乱が起きているそうでして
バルツはイオの故郷だしアウギュステにはオイゲンさんが滞在しているとりあえずみんなでグランサイファーに戻ろうそれからどっちに行くか考える
ここからは私も一緒だよお姉さん頑張るからね
Beautiful. I love you, One-san. Narmaya arrived just in time to help her friends out of a sticky situation. Okay, but like what, is this it? Or is there gonna be like a whole other side story where like it's like an alternate version of the regular story, but with her in it now? Reunited, they prepare to discover and tackle the source of the distortions that are spreading throughout the skies. He just shows up.
こういう展開もありなのか結構面白いじゃない歪んだ因果による可能性の一つってわけかいまあしばらくは静観させてもらうか
Alright. I'm gonna go and stare. Like the bad guy that I am. Okay. Well, that... It looks like here there's still... There's still more stuff that I can unlock there. Doesn't seem like I've gotten to that point yet. Yeah, weird. Narmaya just, like, kind of inserted herself into the story in some random place. I'll do Charlotta this time. I just feel like using her. I mean, yeah, sure. Put swords in there. I love swords. The crew pushed deeper into the woods. There are no trails to follow in search of Rosetta. No trails in the sky, no trails of cold steel. No trails to Azure. Not far from where they're okay, so... Not Narmaya at all is a totally different girl. They're struggling through the dense underbrush. A young Arun woman stands among the trees. Fairy, that's her name.
この島にある何かが力の広がりをせき止めてるんだ今ファータグランデ区域を覆いつつあるこの異様な力やっぱりこの力にはカクリオの片鱗がある
The other world?
私がカクリオに近い存在幽霊だから感じ取れるんだ
A ghost? The dead are closer to the other world than the living after all. Why, she's a ghost? What, I mean, like, she's dead? Well, whatever. I don't know anything about Granblue Fantasy. The ghostly maiden Fairy, whom Gran and the others met on the mist-shrouded isle, has also been investigating the strange occurrences in Fantagran.
ルーマシーでよどんでいる力はもう飽和しつつあるもう時間がない早くみんなに伝えないと
どこへ行くんだコウサギちゃん
No, and this guy's gonna, like, give her the possession thing.
いやお前だな
元凶は私にはわかるぞ。少しばかり人よりも閣僚に近い存在だからな。
She catches on quick.
いいねその目。無垢にして清純なのに鋭い。いや無垢ゆえの鋭さか。君みたいな子にただれた欲望の世界を見せつけるのは最高にそそるんだが。
Oh boy, please don't be a creep.
後が使えていてね。今日この島にはゲストが多いんだ。
なんだそいつらは。
Those are the weird things that made all the Digimon go evil. The black gears or whatever.
お楽しみだったところ悪いね。君の役は探偵じゃない。俺の駒として舞台に上がってもらうよ。
You're not a Dante. You're not a detective. You're not here to play a detective. Okay, they explode, or what was that sound?
どうしたんですか？強い力が？それってもしかしてロゼッタが誰かと戦ってるの？
I don't know.
そうじゃないみたいです。
Someone else.
空を覆いつつある異様な力。その気配が今森の中で一瞬すごく強くなったって。
I got 2 gummy worms left. That ought to tell you I spent most of my day eating them. It's not a big bag. There weren't a lot of them in there.
何かがいるのかこの森に。
わかりません。気配は一瞬だったみたいで。とにかく気をつけて進もうぜ。そもそも今はいろいろとおかしなことが起きてんだ。
みんな僕から離れないで。まとまって警戒しながら進んでいこう。
Yeah. That got me more. Oh, there we go. That's her. Likes attractive people regardless of gender. Sounds like my kind of girl. Okay. Alright, yeah. This entire time I was thinking, who the hell is Rosetta? And is her last name Stone? There we go. But we saw it. I know what she looks like now. And I just know that she likes attractive people. That's all. I didn't read anything else about her there. Okay, so now we're gonna fight. It's funny that they're not really including any of the other characters into the story. They make it look like it really is just Gran and Lydia. Like the same, like, 4 or 5 people that showed up at the beginning. Right? But, like, Matera doesn't show up again. Charlotta's not in this again. You know? Why do they always, like, leave you hanging here for so long? They make you wait. Just standing here with nothing to do. There we go. No! I keep getting taken by surprise whenever the AI activates the special attack because it just interrupts everything. Nandayo, let's go. Oh, a new one of these. Another weird ice cream blob. Kill you! Might have been a little bit overkill, but... Go for that! Hey, hey! Wolves! Kill! Yeah, we might need some health. There we go. Okay, we deep it. No! Man, I just ruined it. But at least he's got his attacks. That should be the last of them. You're almost there. Cool. And with this, I should be done. Final gummy worm, orange and blue. Riveting. Very interesting stream. Gummy worm eating stream. There we go. I was thinking, is he gonna make it to level 35, I wonder? Okay. Just give me everything I can just give away or sell all the other ones. Yeah, Dancing Phantom Girl, Raid Battle. Okay. Dark. Okay. Ah. Does it ever happen to you where, like, the candy is so sour, it just contorts your face? Dark, right? Right. Yep. Alright, this and, who else? It really doesn't matter. I guess Narmaya. There we go. One-san has to help Sancho-chan. Go ahead.
あそこ誰かいるんじゃない？
How to play. Hello.
どうしてルーマシーに？
得意点。お前の存在が世界を乱すんだ。調教してやる。物事の正しい善悪を私が教えてやらないとな。フェリちゃん、どうしたんですか？一体何が？気安く近づくな、青の少女。誰が動いていいと言って。
How are they still asking this question of like, what's wrong with you? Obviously, they're being possessed.
じゃあやっぱり
What a surprise.
でもこれまでと違ってすごく強い敵
A lot more aggressive.
どうした？
She feels like there's a responsibility.
それなら今度は私の番だな。得意点。
Alright, Singularity.
戦ってフェリーを元に戻すんだ。
Yep, fuck her up. Here we go. I went for Grand just to see how the dialogue is like. All right. Get in there.
行くぞ、みんな。得意点の好きにはさせない。
Mm.
ここは僕に任せて。
気をつけてください。頼んだぜ、相棒。
Nah, nothing specific. Almost makes you want to like have somebody different. All right. Well, whatever. It's been a while since we last used Gran, right? So let's just go for Gran. Thank you, One-san. One-chan or whatever. Oi. Yeah, she has these like long range attacks that make her difficult to go up. Yeah, it makes it difficult to get close to her. Oh, okay. You were ready. There we go, and just dodge all that. Perfect. What? What are you? Oh no, I'm so screwed. I might actually be dead. Oh, that was a really great attack. I heal myself a little bit. Okay, die. Oh, there we go. We did it. With appropriate music and everything. Beautiful. Da-da-da-da-da. 15 times or more skill head? Nah, no. Not happening, I guess. And there we go. Fairy has joined my party. Panacea 2 for completing the quest. Why we're friends. Alright, so we've been streaming for an hour 45. I'm actually getting a little tired. Is there anybody out here still on stream? I don't know. I might cut it short. It's only 15 more minutes, right? Nah, screw it. Screw it. Let's do 15 more minutes and then we're out of here. I feel like I'm just kind of on autopilot right now. My apologies, but I kind of ran out of stuff to say, and so I just started eating gummy worms, and I just got really chill. Sorry, I'm just sort of chilling right now, low energy chilling. Look, what day is it today? Thursday? No, Wednesday. No, it's Thursday today, right? I had my job interview on Tuesday, then the next day I went ahead and did background check stuff, and then today, right? Yeah, okay. It's Thursday, man. Give me a break. No. I think I was actually racking my brain on what I wanted to stream today. I knew that I wanted to stream today. I just didn't know what. I really didn't know what. I was thinking like maybe Doom, or maybe play like other stuff. And so when I realized that I had the fight stick plugged in, I was like, let's play a fighting game. We didn't finish the Granblue fantasy story, so I said, whatever, let's just keep going. But because I'm not super like aware, I don't really know a lot about Granblue fantasy, so I'm kind of just like learning it. I'm just sort of like taking it all in while I'm eating gummy worms that I've already finished. This bag used to be filled with gummy worms, and now they're in my stomach, and I'm gonna poop gummy worms after this. Sour gummy worms. So apologies if the stream was a little boring, but then again, the biggest compliment I've ever gotten is that the streams are very chill and relaxing. So yeah, I was just wondering how people were doing, because it's kind of low energy today. But I'll try to think of something to stream tomorrow. Because this stream today was very like, kind of like in the last moment. So sorry if it's a little whatever. I just really wanted to stream today. I was trying to transfer my save for Sonic Mania since I haven't played that in a while. Ooh, Sonic Mania. I think I have Sonic Mania in like 5 different platforms. I have it on Epic Games. I have it on Steam. Where else? I have it on Switch. And do I have it on PS4? No, I don't have it on PS4. Yeah, I think I have it on 3 different platforms, and I've played it all the way to the end, all 3 times. Damn. It deserves it, though. Sonic Mania is a good game. And I haven't even played the DLC, like the with the new characters and stuff. I've never even tried that before. Fairy. Haven't come in direct contact with the enemy just first of the Grand and the others, right? Tanom da zo. The shady man. The yabai man. We're never gonna get out of this dialogue if I just, like... I'm gonna put it on autoplay. They look cute, though. Beppo? Like One Piece Beppo? She became a ghost. What? That's some lore that I just don't know about. She's... I feel like she's technically not dead, but like the ghost is what, like a job or something? I don't know. You can understand each other. Enemies. Oh, okay, new monster. Here we go. Sword's red, so you know he's really aggressive. To the piano. The BGM is coming up. Alright, we get to play as her. Cool, cool. Red Dragon. Ugh, dude. This, like, Trails of Cold Steel ass kind of music will never get old. Like, rock music with, like, violins? Never gets old, man. It's great. Why would you do your attacks, like, upward? Okay, yeah, like, if you're fighting against somebody and they do a lot of jumping, you can punish by, like, heading up, right? But when you're fighting against these, like, when you're fighting against these guys in a very, like, 2D beat-em-up kind of fashion, those diagonal attacks are kind of useless, right? The problem is not the attack. The problem is the context in which I am using the attack, which is an inappropriate environment for those attacks. For example, there we go. Now this enemy's flying, so then I can use this. There we go. Yeah, but if like the enemy is just like, if his feet are on the ground. Yeah, a lot of characters have that. They have attacks that go straight up or diagonally upwards, and you know, in the heat of the moment you feel, ah, what a useless attack. I want to hit the guy that's right there, right? But eventually, that enemy is going to jump, right? And you kind of just have to have a good read on the enemy. You just have to know what their habits are. You gotta, you know, learn to level up your observation hockey and just kind of like learn to predict when they're gonna be in the air or something. And then do the diagonal attacks, the upwards attacks, so that you can punish and then maybe even jump and follow up with an air combo. Yeah, I'm just having a little bit of a struggle getting to know how this character works. Yeah. The cool thing about being a casual fighting game fan is that you don't really lock yourself down to just one character. You kind of just end up playing as everybody. But then the problem is that, you know, you're gonna want to learn to play as everybody, and it's not easy because every single character's got their own little thing about them, right? And so it's difficult to keep all of the information in your head and remember what every single character does. It's tough to remember all of the small details to play all of the characters optimally, right? I like to play as everybody in every fighting game. I never like pick favorite. I mean, yeah, I have a main or whatever. The character that I feel I'm the best at, the character that I use the most frequently and consistently, then yeah, right? There's always that one character that you like. But on the other hand, I've always been open to just, you know, I'm gonna play a fighting game today for 2 hours. Let's just randomize the character choices and just give me anything. And I'll see what happens, right? And after trying out all the characters, then I can definitely, you know, decide on who my favorites are. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to abandon all the other characters and that I'm never going to use the grapple character, or that I'm never going to use the charge characters or anything like that, right? There'll be days where you know, I will play as Zangief in Street Fighter. There'll be days where I will play as Potemkin or some other weird character that I don't care much for. But, you know, it's still a different experience, right? It's something new. It's a breath of fresh air. Especially if, you know, if the game starts to feel samey because you just use the same character all the time. And sometimes you just want to see their designs or hear their voices or see what special attacks they got. You know, for fun. Do you know what that is? Doing stuff for fun? Wait, you get down here. I need to talk to you about having fun. There we go. That little Pikachu thing can do his little thunder shock. Itaiwa, as we said. Oh, it hurts. This will hurt. Alright. I'm kind of screwing up here. Come on. Ah, aim it up! Why'd you aim it horizontally now when I didn't want you to? Ah, these things are annoying. Hey. There we go. Now it's up. One is up, get it up, but. Well, I feel like an idiot. I feel like I should have finished that a lot faster. And somehow I still got S rank. And I leveled up and I did all the missions. Great. Da 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 da.
よっしゃ魔物も片付けたことだし先に進もうぜ。
そうだ。
Yep.
これ以上あの男の好きには大丈夫ですか？少し休んだ方が。ありがとう。でも心配はいらない。少しめまいがしただけだ。それに一刻も早くあの男を止めないと。
黒い結晶の男ってやつか。確かにほっとくわけにはいかねえな。
それだけじゃない。
My dad just sent me a book through WhatsApp. Sent me like a PDF saying like, son, now that you're starting a brand new phase in your life, I think it's important that you read this book. It'll teach you some good lessons. So I'm like, okay, cool. 131 megabytes. 161 pages over WhatsApp. Well, good thing I have a book reading app on my phone. Alright, wonderful.
これまでになかったような危険が迫っている気がするんだ。
Two unused apps. Ooh, a lot of apps to update. Why did I get on my phone again? I got my phone right here and I saw that my dad was text messaging me, but I completely forgot why I even pulled out my phone to begin with. I literally, like, my brain empty right now. What was I gonna do? Why did I even break out my phone? This is the problem with young people. They're so addicted to their devices that they'll pick them up. They'll pick them up just at random without even knowing why they're even picking it up. They're so consumed by it. I've completely forgotten why I decided to grab my phone. Gosh, why did I even touch it? I don't even know. Well, we're about to hit the 2-hour mark, so I think we can just end the stream here. I feel like I'm being boring right now. And, my dad is texting me about something, so... And I feel like my nose is gonna fall off with how much sniffling I've been doing. I really need to get this looked at. Oh, bonus missions. There we go, we did some missions right here. Alright, give me everything. Premium draw tickets, I don't know if I'll ever use it. Yeah, I can feel my nose getting worse. Gosh! I want to remember. My memory just is failing me right now on why I decided to grab my phone, but oh well. I guess I'll remember it later. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Patreon subscriber, then you're gonna get the wonderful benefit of being able to watch this live stream on Patreon, because I am definitely going to make this stream unlisted. Or maybe not, right? Maybe not, I don't know. I haven't decided. I felt like this stream was really boring, but then again, people are fine with that. I don't hear a lot of complaints. No, yeah, after a certain point, people just kind of chill, and it just got really low energy. I'm starting to remember now why I stopped playing Granblue on stream for a little while. At least the story mode. The arcade mode's really fun, but you know, it's just a lot of reading and a lot of just listening to the characters talk, and I'm seeing an enormous amount of repetition with the story in terms of, like, you go to a different island and is the same. There's a character possessed and they snap out of it and you fight the big boss and all that stuff. Maybe gameplay-wise, the game will get more fun. In terms of, like, oh, here's all of these extra missions where you fight the big primal beast, right? And they're super hard and jacked up now, like the one that we did with Narmaya and stuff. There's some funny scenes in here, but like, you know? I don't know. Starts in 1 hour, 31 minutes. What's this? Your versus rank won't change. Jump in online matches and win rewards? If I just press X to play GBVS Blitz, you must first clear the initial ranking matches. Just having the stream on keeps me from feeling lonely. Really? You feel less lonely from me just being here. Well, that makes me happy to hear. I see you were playing my main. This is a very good stream, no worries. Hey, you know what's gonna make us feel even less lonely than today? How about going on a little trip? How about traveling to a nice little place that I like to go to whenever I'm feeling down? It's a little place called Crossbell. And we got some really good friends there. There's a guy called Lloyd, who's really fun. Randy, you need to see Randy. He goes to the casino and he pops off. Not only is he making a lot of money in the casino, but he's also making a lot of women follow him around too, right? And then there's Tio, and if you beat her on like the pump party game, you know, like it just becomes like an esports tournament right there. Shit gets really intense. And then there's Ellie. Ellie, you know, she's normal, you know, she's cool, but you know, don't talk about shipping her with Lloyd, because then she gets all, bashful about it. And then there's a dog, there's a big dog, and then they have Chief Sergey in the house that has never smiled once in his life ever, and even if he smiles, yeah, maybe he smiles on the outside, but not on the inside. You know, it might be a good idea to maybe get in there and maybe play that game again, because those characters make me feel good, and they do a similar effect that my streams do to you, Hasio. And feeling less lonely and feeling better. Actually, you only need one analog stick, or like one D-pad, to be able to move around in the game, right? You don't have to move the camera. There's no camera movements in Trails from Zero, right? Which means that maybe we'll be able to play it with the arcade stick, right? We should do that. We should try out the game and just play it with the arcade stick and see how it feels. Play it like an arcade game. That's a really cool thing that I like to do. Basically, any video game ever, whether it's an arcade game or a fighting game or not, if you only need one analog stick or just one D-pad, and you don't need a second one, like old PlayStation games and stuff like that, you can technically play it just fine with a fight stick, you know? And it's, you know, they call it a fight stick because it's primarily used for fighting games, but that doesn't automatically mean that you can only use it for fighting games. You know, it's for Pac-Man and like 1942 and all of these spaceship games, right? Galaga. It's an arcade thing for the arcades, and not exclusively for just fighting game stuff, even though that's technically what it's made for. So yeah, you can play like, gosh, what's an unusual game that I can play? I can play like Lumines on a fight stick. You can play Pac-Man Championship Edition. You can play I was playing the Scott Pilgrim game on Switch, and because this controller obviously works on Switch, I mean, it looks like a fucking NES Advantage. How can it not, right? But yeah, you can plug this into your Switch, and you can play the Scott Pilgrim game and all that stuff. You can play RPGs, old-ass RPGs as well, that don't require, you know, 3D movement. You can even play, like, the first Star Ocean game on this. But yeah, I always have a lot of fun using the fight stick. And how easy it is to plug it in, right? You literally just plug it in like any other controller. And I know there's like drivers and like software that you can use for like macros and stuff like that, but I've never really been interested in that. I'd rather just learn the moves, or, you know, I don't really do anything super crazy with it. Now, speaking of super crazy, I discovered today that there's a VR app called Emu VR, which is, it's basically RetroArch, but with like a VR environment where you can put on the VR headset and you're gonna be like in a room. You know how like in the Sega Genesis collection, you're like in this old-timey room? Well, kind of like that, but in VR. And you don't just play Sega Genesis games, you play like anything that RetroArch can emulate, which is basically everything. You need to have this very specific version of RetroArch, and you need to import your games in this one very specific way, and then have the software that scans everything. It's kind of a long process, long-ish. But if you follow the instructions, it's pretty easy. It just takes a while to set up. And I have not tried it yet. I got my Oculus Quest right here. It's ready to go. I'm ready to put this baby on. And maybe after the stream, I will check it. I was thinking that maybe I would do a live stream where you see me playing it and stuff like that, but I want to try it first. I want to try it on my own. I want to see how it is. I want to see if there's any complications, anything that's like finicky or annoying about it, you know? I want to see what the experience is like and see how easy it is for me to actually stream it before I actually do it. Because it's supposed to be like a VR environment where you have an avatar and you have hands and stuff where you can like physically grab, say, like a Nintendo 64 cartridge and put it on the console, and you can see like a little CRT TV where you can play like Mario Party or Mario 3 on an NES or whatever. And I think you are able to plug in like a gamepad and a controller and everything, and you can play that with your Xbox controller or with my fight stick or whatever, right? Now the problem is that the software has its own set of folders for you to put your games onto, and so the thing that I usually like to do is to have a part of my hard drive, my big like 8 terabyte hard drive. I have one folder that is like, that's where every single one of my games are at, right? And usually when you do software like Launchbox or RetroArch or something like that, they say, oh, tell me in what folder your games are at, so the software can go there and scan it, and then, you know, your games pop up on Launchbox or whatever, right? Well, eMovieR doesn't work like that. There's a very specific directory that you have to go to, and you have to drag the games there before you even boot up the software. It's not like it asks you where to find the games. They know where it's supposed to be, and you have to put them there. And I do not want to move the games from where they are, right? Because if I move them, then like everything else, like Launchbox doesn't know where the game is, you know, and it won't be able to launch stuff and all that. And so that'll be difficult. And so essentially what I had to do was to take like just a couple of games, right? Because take like my entire NES folder, and my NES folder is like 50 megabytes. Yeah, 50 megabytes is like nothing. So I just copy pasted it over to the eMovieR folder. And so that's nothing, right? 40 megabytes. That's 80 megabytes in total if you, like, you know, copy all of it over. And then all of my SNES games, not all SNES games, I have a special folder that's just, here are my personal favorite Super Nintendo games. Because I'm not going to play all of them. I don't want to play all of them. I just want the stuff that I think I'm going to like. You know? And for the NES one, exactly the same thing. I just want my favorites, the stuff that I actually enjoy playing. Which, for NES, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. For SNES is a little bit more, but the games are also like a lot more pointed, you know? And there's a lot more recent stuff, like fan translations of older things. So there's even stuff on my favorites that I technically haven't even played yet, but like, I copy-pasted it over to the other folder. The problem starts to come up with more modern games, right? Like, PlayStation 2 games and GameCube stuff, where, like, every game is, like, 1 to 3 gigabytes, right? Now, we're not talking in the megabytes now. We're talking in multiple gigabytes. And so I can't keep copy-pasting all of those folders and essentially have, like, a double of, you know, of that, but in VR, right? That would be ridiculous. I would be using double the memory for the same stuff. But in the wiki for eMovieR, they tell you, hey, you should not have more than 1,000 games in eMovieR. Because, it's too much for the software to take. It can crash. It can have glitches. It might not work, right? And so I'm like, all right, fair enough, right? And then they say, curate it. Find your absolute favorites and put them in here. So I'm like, all right. So I'm gonna take like my top 5 favorite PlayStation 2 games, or stuff that I know I'm gonna play a lot, like fighting games or whatever. Top 5 PlayStation 1 stuff, you know, stuff that I really do have the intention of playing, and not just like looking at it and going, oh, that's cool, and then that's it, right? So for PlayStation 1, I'm definitely gonna have like the JoJo game, gonna have Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, you know, all of the RPGs, right? Breath of Fire 4, Suikoden 2. Just like my top favorites, right? I'm not gonna get like all 50 gigs of these games and then make another 50 gigs on a different folder. That's not gonna be good. So I'm just gonna get like my top 5 or my top 10 for every console and then just put them in there. For all of the older consoles, the NES, Super NES, Game Boy, those games are literally like, you'd be hard pressed to find a game that's bigger than just like a couple megabytes, right? Like 1 megabyte for like a Game Boy game is already a lot, you know? And yeah, Nintendo 64, when does it start getting big? I guess like Pokemon games, I know that like the later Pokemon games like Black and White 2 and stuff were like almost a gigabyte, which is a lot for Nintendo DS standards, right? I know Dragon Quest 9 also has a big memory. But in terms of DS, most of them are, you know, fairly light. Nintendo 64 is also pretty light. That's on the hundreds of megabytes, you know. Yeah, it's not until PlayStation 1 where you start to talk in the gigabytes, and then PlayStation 2. And even then, like, those gigabytes are not that big. Like, the biggest PS2 game I've ever looked at is like 3 or 4 gigabytes. It's around 3, borderline 4, because then there's games like Xenosaga that have like multiple discs, right? Like disc 1, disc 2, or whatever. And like those discs are usually like 3 or 4 gigs each, you know? So yeah. There's a whole list of the consoles that Emu VR is available for, because it's for RetroArch, right? Like whatever RetroArch has, whatever cores they have, is what's available to you. And so yeah, it's a lot. And you also got to deal with like BIOS files and stuff like that, which I think they give you like a specific folder of like, hey, here's where you put your BIOS files for like your PlayStation 2 games, right? Because it depends. It's kind of it can be really easy, but also be kind of a pain in the ass to get BIOS files, because you can go to like preservation sites like archive.org and stuff like that, places that are like history preservation stuff. You can technically get like PS2, PS1 BIOS, Dreamcast BIOS off of there, but sometimes it's not like the right region. Sometimes like they're not secure, or they're labeled in a weird way. The best bet, at least for me, for PlayStation 2, was to actually get like the real PS2 that I have in my living room and extract the BIOS files out of it for me to be able to play my games. And there's also like Japanese BIOS, and those I definitely had to get over the internet, because there's BIOS files for different regions. So if you're playing a Japanese game, it might not work with your American BIOS. And so yeah, when it comes to CD-based games, it does get a little bit more complicated. But I do have the BIOS now, and so I think it's just a matter of finding what folder I'm supposed to put all that stuff into. But yeah. But even then, I'm not really planning on like shoving Emu VR with a ton of PS2 games. I think I'm just gonna go for a couple of them, just like 2 or 3, just to test, just to see what it's like. So like SNK versus Capcom, No, the other way around. Capcom versus SNK 2. And what else? Dragon Quest 8, probably. The PS2 version of Marvel versus Capcom 2. And what other stuff? Like right off of the top of my head, I'm just thinking stuff like Dragon Ball Z, like, you know, like Budokai 3 and stuff like that. I just want to see how those games feel like in VR, even though I technically already know how it feels like, because what I do is that I do virtual desktop. Oh, hey man, how's it going? Something may cry. Marcus Devil May Cry is now following on Twitch. Hey man, thank you so much for following on Twitch. I appreciate you. Right now, we finished playing Granblue Fantasy. We're kind of just doing like a little bit of a post-stream kind of talk here, just sort of stalling a bit before I leave. I don't know why. I've just given myself the either good or bad habit of just talking a lot after I'm done playing. having dumped my actual PS2 BIOS, it was a bit tough, but ended up being pretty happy that I got it to work. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, it's a pain in the ass to, like, you know, hack your Switch and know how to, like, you know how to dump Switch games for your emulator, or like know how to like do stuff for your PS2, and like how to get the BIOS files for like a PlayStation 1, or like, oh, you know, you have an Android phone right here. I have my Pixel 3 clamped up to like an 8-bit do controller, but like I want to play Breath of Fire 4, I want to play Chrono Cross or whatever, but I need the BIOS files on the Android version, so like I get the stuff and I transfer it over, and then it works like a charm. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, for some people it's a pain in the ass, but for me it's always fun to learn all that stuff. Marcus Devil May Cry is saying, so with Chrono Cross Remastered confirmed, that basically means that the GeForce leaks are real. Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered and Final Fantasy IX Remake is coming. Really? Is there really gonna be a remake for Final Fantasy IX? That's one of my favorite Final Fantasies. In terms of the old style pixelated Final Fantasies, for me, like, I have different sides to it, you know, because for me, like, my nostalgia brain is telling me the Final Fantasy V is my favorite one, because that's the one that I started out with. That to me is like the perfect, like, classic experience. I like the job system in it. That the Final Fantasy V version of the battle theme is my favorite version of the battle theme. But then after that, I played Final Fantasy III on DS, and then I went back to play 4, and then I played 6. And after playing all of those older ones, even 1 and 2, I think out of all of those, I think, like, my critical brain, my game reviewer brain is telling me the Final Fantasy VI is not just one of the best Final Fantasies in the old pixelated era, but, like, ever of all time. I think even now with Final Fantasy 15 and 16 and 7 and everything, I still think 6 is, like, the best one. But, my nostalgic, you know, more emotional kind of side of my brain is telling me that 5 is overall, like, my favorite. I generally enjoy 5 a lot more. It's easier for me to get back into 5 than to get back into 6, even though 6 is, like, so incredibly good. That's why I would love to see it in, like, the Octopath style at some point. But they are going to do the pixel remaster, so I think we're not going to see that anytime soon. But in terms of the 3D, the more modern Final Fantasies, I would have to give it the Final Fantasy IX. The graphics are significantly better than Final Fantasy VII. I'll give you that for free. To the point where, like, I never really minded that there was never a remake for 9, because to me 9 by itself, with the backgrounds and the models and everything, it just looks really good. It looks awesome. The story's portrayed really well. I love the cutscenes in it. Yeah, it's a really great cast too, so I'm really wondering how they're gonna do it. If there really is gonna be a remake, like, how's the voice acting gonna be like? You know, how are the graphics gonna look like? You know, how much is it going to deviate from the original? You know, are they gonna make it all super duper hyper realistic, like FF7 Remake, or are they gonna make it all, like, a little bit more cartoony, you know? Still need to play through 9 at some point. I got to the world map and then stopped. You're missing out on the best part, you know? From that point on, it gets really great. I mean, the introduction is really awesome too, right? But yeah, man. Pretty much all of Final Fantasy IX is really great. I don't want to be like a contrarian or like an edgy person and say that, oh, it's better than Final Fantasy VII, because I think both games are really great. I think Final Fantasy VII still holds up okay. I think the only thing that doesn't hold up about Final Fantasy VII is just the graphics. And this is coming from me, right? A guy who has never really been a stickler about graphics, somebody that doesn't really care too much about frame rate and how good something looks, right? I can play some old ass stuff. Like, I still play Qbert on the Atari 2600, right? To me, that's my favorite version. I think is the best version. It's just, you know, if a game is good, it's good, right? It doesn't matter if it looks like freaking ass, like Qbert on the 2600, because it's just so fun, right? And with Final Fantasy VII, I think when you're inside the battles, in the battle screen, I think it looks great still. But like in the overworld, when you have the little chibi, like Popeye-armed kind of guys, yeah, no, by today's standard, yeah, the game looks fucking terrible. The game now looks pretty awful. Obviously, back in the day, 1997, when it came out, that was like, holy shit, this looks real, you know? It looks like I'm confused on whether this is real life or a game. People really were wowed by the graphics, right? Back then. Which is why I'm really happy that the remake is a thing, because it really just, you know, it needed it. But even for like Final Fantasy VIII, you know, 8 or 9, I really don't feel like they needed remakes. I feel like Final Fantasy VII getting a remake is already more than enough. I feel like if they're gonna remake more Final Fantasies, I think they gotta remake the pixel ones, you know? And I know that HD 2D remakes and stuff are kind of like the big thing going on right now. So I feel like the logical thing, the thing that people are going to jump to immediately is, oh, Chrono Trigger HD 2D, or like Final Fantasy VI HD 2D. I feel like they should do Final Fantasy VI, but like in the same way that they did Final Fantasy Remake. I feel like 6 absolutely deserves to have the full 3D hyper-realistic graphics and stuff, like with voice acting and cutscenes and all that. I think it deserves it. And all of the other ones can get like HD 2D remakes, although it might be a little too late for that, because they just came out with the pixel remasters, and I don't think they're gonna touch those games again in a long time. I think when we hit some sort of big anniversary, we're gonna see like, hey, we're gonna get some HD 2D Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but 6 is gonna be the big one, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird that they're making a remake of 9. That has to be a smaller game. You know, because when I'm thinking about how much work is going into Final Fantasy VII Remake, to have another Final Fantasy remake, I feel like it's not going to be as hardcore, right? It might even be the same game, but like with nicer graphics, you know, like just like a graphical overhaul, but not necessarily a gameplay overhaul. I don't know. I really would have to see it to believe it, because I'm just thinking about Square Enix and like the workload, and like the fact that they already have another remake in the works, you know? And then they have Final Fantasy 16. They have one new Final Fantasy game. They have another, like, really super incredibly popular MMO Final Fantasy game. And then I guess they're gonna have 2 remakes now? Although I can't imagine Final Fantasy 9 being in parts, right? I don't think it'll be episodic like FF7. I think they're gonna put out the whole thing in one game. You know? I don't think they're gonna make a big deal out of it as they will with 7. Who knows? The moment I see it, and the moment I see like what part of it is actually gonna be remade, if the whole thing from the ground up is gonna be remade, or like it's just nicer graphics but the mechanics are essentially the same, I don't know. If it looks like an HD mod of Final Fantasy 9, I'll be like, okay, they're gonna put it out on Switch, it's gonna be on PS4 and PS5, or are they gonna go like super hardcore, like, no, you know, this will be like FF7 Remake. It'll only be on PlayStation 5, and it'll look hyper realistic, and all of the music is going to be redone and all that stuff, which that'll be cool. But you know, I'm not Square Enix's business manager. I'm not their treasurer or anything. I don't know why I'm worrying about that, about their workload and stuff, but it just makes me wonder. And on top of that, they're gonna remaster it. You didn't say remake, right? They're remastering Final Fantasy Tactics. That game I can definitely see being multi-platform. You know, PS4, PS5, Xbox, Switch, PC, right? With just nicer graphics. I don't think it'll be HD 2D. I feel like if it was HD 2D, the leaks would have said it. And right now that we have so many strategy games, we have the Front Mission remake, Front Mission 1 and 2, we have Triangle Strategy, you know, we have Advance Wars, you know, a lot of grid-based isometric games right now. I feel like this year would be the perfect time to bring back Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't know why 2022 suddenly became the year of the strategy game. But I'm glad for people that like that genre. I'm personally not a big fan of it. I have tried many times on like Game Boy Advance emulators and PS1 emulators and even PSP when they re-released Final Fantasy Tactics there again, like War of the Lions or whatever. I've always tried multiple times on many platforms to play Final Fantasy Tactics, and it's the tactics part, you know? It just doesn't click with me. I've tried it many times, and I just can't. Strategy games are not my thing. They're my weakness. I'm too stupid for them. They're too slow. I lose my patience with it. And, when I lose, I don't understand why. You know, for me, like, it's in one ear and out the other when it comes to tactics games. The only tactics games that I've been able to, like, really play comfortably and not really struggle too much, I've already said it before. Valkyria Chronicles, all 4 of them, you know, I like a lot. And then also Darwinia 1 and 2. And even Darwinia is like it's a very like simplified, like truncated version of a strategy game. You know? Like even that one isn't that super complex. And you know, for me, that game gets away on its aesthetic, you know? I like it, even for Darwinia, I like it because it looks really cool. And not because the mechanics are so, like, you know, complex and interesting that I'm, like, super wired into the strategy or whatever. But yeah. No, I am not as wired into strategy stuff as I am like an RPG or a story-based thing. I mean, just look at the games that I've streamed and played, right? Like fucking Legend of Heroes and Doom and fucking Titanfall and then Granblue Fantasy, you know? It's a mixture of anime, fan-servicey, story-based cuteness with sometimes balancing it out with some big macho man, manly, you know, Doom Eternal and Titanfall and then Fallout New Vegas and stuff like that, you know? It's RPG fantasy with an occasional dose of violent gunplay. But yeah, I'm open to playing everything, you know, and as I said, I've tried to play Final Fantasy Tactics in its many forms many times, and I just haven't been able to get into it. You know, the only way that I have been able to get into it somewhat is like on a PSP emulator where I can just have like one of the shoulder buttons. I can have like the R2 button be like a fast forward button, and I can just rapid tap through the tutorials and just read it really fast. And that sucks because I think the art style and the pixel art and everything for Tactics is fucking fantastic. Especially the ones for the Game Boy Advance games. The Game Boy Advance Tactics games are awesome, mostly because of how they look. It reminds me of like Legend of Mana on PS1, which is another game that got a remaster, and it looks beautiful. And they really streamlined some parts of the game and stuff. Yeah, the remaster is actually awesome. Because the art just looks so much nicer, the text is easier to read and stuff. They really gave it like a quality of life facelift. A game that like another remake that I've been meaning to play that I never once even touched was freaking Trials of Mana. The game that was an old-ass Super Nintendo game that never came out over here in English. That then did come out in English via the Collection of Mana. where they had all of the different, like, Adventures of Mana, and then freaking Secret of Mana, and then they had, yeah, Trails of Mana. Finally, the original SNES one in English, but then they also had the big Nintendo Switch remake, right? That was all 3D, and it looks really, really pretty. I know you can play that game on your phone as well. But yeah, I always wanted to try it out, and I never did. Not out of any lack of interest, mind you. It was mostly time, money, you know, focusing on other things, you know? But I am really interested in trying that game out. There's a lot of games out there. Too many games and too little time. This is the one and only good thing about, you know, being picky about what you like. And, you know, knowing, you know, liking what you like and then nothing else, right? Because, when you know what you want, you just hone in on that. And you don't really, like... You don't really worry about anything else, right? But if you're someone like me, where I find everything interesting, you know, like, everything is fun, everything is something new, everything is a thing that I can learn, you know, a world that I can, like, drown myself in. When everything is fascinating and interesting, then you come across a big fatal problem. And that, because you want everything, you don't have time to, like, really get to know all of these games, right? You know, like, it'll be difficult for me to get to know all of the Tales of series, right? Because Tales of Arise has apparently been doing very, very well. It's kind of like the pride and joy of Bandai Namco right now. They've been doing very well with that game. I don't know why that game popped off so much. I mean, it looks really pretty. The graphics are really nice and stuff, but I guess people just really like the story and the characters in it. It ended up being like Tales of Symphonia all over again. It was like, yeah, this one game in this series ended up being really good, right? But yeah, I'll never really get to know it completely until, like, I dedicate, like, a year of my life to be like, alright, I'm gonna play through fucking all of them. And I'm gonna play them all in order from the beginning all the way to the newest one, right? Yeah, especially if you're interested in RPGs, then you're fucked because every RPG is long, right? The shortest RPG that I've ever played, I guess, is like Undertale. You can beat, like, the neutral route in, like, 4 hours. And you can add maybe, like, an hour or two with, like, the pacifist run. And then, the genocide route, depending, like, if you can reliably defeat Undyne without having to die too many times, and if you can defeat Sans without dying too many times, the genocide route is actually pretty damn fast. I've seen Fubuki from Hololive do the whole thing in, like, what? In, like, 17 minutes? Yeah, less than 20 minutes. Less than 20 minutes, she's done the whole thing. But, it's highly dependent on, like, how incredibly good you are at actually fighting the two big main bosses there. You know, Undyne and Sans. You pretty much have to, like, beat Sans on the first try. If you want to get, like, a run that's, like, less than 20 minutes. But yeah, that's really short. But in terms of, like, actually, like, legit playing an RPG without really having to speedrun it, I would say probably Mother 3. That's the shortest one that I've played. I've beaten Mother 3 in 20 hours. The longest it has taken me is 25 hours. The shortest it has taken me is around, like, 19 to 20 hours. Oh, wow, I haven't even done that yet? Oh, what, Tales of Arise? Yeah. I hear that it's very good. And then people always say really good things about the Atelier games, especially the recent ones with Atelier Ryza and Ryza 2, because everybody is sexier in that game. You know, in Ryza, they're like, everybody's wearing bikinis and stuff, so... That one got more popular. Then what other games have been popping off recently? Oh, the 7 Pirates game that is gonna come out on Switch. The Genkai Toki 7 Pirates or whatever is finally... It's finally coming out in English. I'm pretty sure it already came out in Japanese on Switch. But we gotta wait for it to come out in English. And I am very much looking forward to playing it. I played Arise, pretty good. You played all the Tales games, yeah. So what are you even, what were you referring to when you said that you haven't even done that one? I talked about the different routes in Undertale. I talked about the Tales of games. I talked about the Mana games. Well, what haven't you done? But yeah. Too many games and too little time. It is at around this time where you actually have to be a little bit discriminatory and actually be picky about what you want, right? About what you desire, about what experiences you want to get. When it comes to games, right? Because you can't play everything. When you mentioned playing all the Tales games in order, oh, playing them all chronologically? Yeah, that's what I want to do. I also want to play all the God of War games chronologically. I wanted to start with God of War Ascension, and then I think like God of War 1, and then Ghost of Sparta, and then Ghost of Sparta, and then what, like Chains of Olympus, and then God of War 2, then God of War 3, and then God of War 4, you know? And then Devil May Cry, I want to do all the Devil May Cry ones. I have all of the Devil May Cry games. I have the entire collection. I think the only game that I don't have is Devil May Cry 4. But I have 1, 2, 3, and 5. Uncharted. I want to clear out a lot of space. I want to get rid of like hundreds of gigabytes out of my PS4. Because I don't have any space anymore. And one of the things that I have on there is the Uncharted collection. Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and then I have Uncharted 4 on top of that. You know? The Uncharted collection is like 80 gigs. But then Uncharted 4, just by itself, is like another 80 gigs. So I want to play and I want to beat all of them. That should be pretty easy to beat, right? They're like really linear, like adventure games, right? Most of the game is just the cutscenes. So I think it'd be cool for me to play through all of the Uncharted games, finish off with 4, and then delete the fuck out of them. Delete them off of my PS4. That's like 200 gigs that I'm gonna have free. And then I have The Last of Us Remastered, which I have on my PS4. Specifically the remaster I haven't played. And then like just in general, there's like that other DLC that comes with The Last of Us. That I've never once played. I've never played a single time. But I hear that that's good too. But I feel like with The Last of Us, it's not really worth it for me to do a playthrough of it. Because everybody knows about it already. You know, everybody knows about The Last of Us. There's been like a million playthroughs and video essays talking about how good it is. And then if I play The Last of Us on stream, I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna have to play Last of Us 2 after that. And I don't want to play that game because that game sucks. In my opinion. Some people say that it's like fucking greatest game ever. For me, yeah. Kind of fell flat for me. Wasn't super interesting. So yeah, I might give The Last of Us a pass when it comes to streaming it. I might still play it on my own. The remaster. Because I know that the PS4 remaster is supposed to be like way better because it has better frame rate, better controls and stuff. I played the clunky ass PS3 version. Which, you know, even with its clunky controls and frame rate and stuff, I still enjoyed it. And even then, I still enjoyed, like, watching other people react to it like it's a movie. Like, literally just a compilation of all the cutscenes and stuff. To me, that was more fun, because even if, you know, the remaster gives quality of life improvements and stuff, it's not really the gameplay. There's not really the game part of it that brings people into The Last of Us, right? It's the movie part. It's the characters and the cutscenes and the voice acting and all that stuff. And I've already seen that a bunch of times with reaction videos and reviews and video essays. I've seen Sarah get shot and die like fucking 50 times, so like, you know. Like, it isn't really gonna have a big effect on me. Like, I don't even know. I was planning on maybe, like, making, like, a video essay on The Last of Us, but will I ever do it better than any of the people that have already done one? Probably not. So, like, I would have to maybe make it funny or, like, just have, like, a different perspective on it. Like, a casual idiot's perspective on The Last of Us and why it's fun, right? Because a lot of these video essays are very, like galaxy-brained... really galaxy-brained, like, super-duper detailed kind of video essays. They talk about, like, the symbolism and what this means and blah, blah, blah. There's, like, 4-hour essays on it. And I feel like there might be value to have another essay that's like shorter, but is also from like a casual perspective, right? Here's a dumbass's perspective on why The Last of Us 1 is cool. Well, number one, back in the day in the times of the PS3, Naughty Dog was like the company that was known for like Crash Bandicoot. You know, cartoony ass stuff. And then they shocked you with Uncharted. And you know, they started to pick up popularity in Steam because of Uncharted. And then, oh, is this like different new take? And we had never seen anything like it before, right? It was a really impressive thing back in the day. And like, even though the gameplay wasn't super good, its presentation was awesome. The story was awesome. It was just really new. And it was also like a different take on zombies, where like, again, during that time, people were absolutely sick to the fucking teeth with zombies. Nobody wanted to see a zombie thing. In fact, I remember people being really negative about The Last of Us because they saw the trailers and stuff and they were like, oh my god, it's another fucking zombie game. I'm so sick of zombie games. I don't want to see zombies ever, you know? Like Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 were like the only games that would like be like an exception. But other than that, like, people didn't even want, like, a new Dead Rising, right? It's like, we're sick of it. No, thank you. But then it came out and, like, people forget that The Last of Us is about zombies, right? Like, that is like a zombie game because people just focus on the human characters all the time, especially in Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 is like 95% people just, like, having relationship drama and getting shot mid-sentence in the face and dying. And then like the other 5% is, oh yeah, by the way, they're plant zombies and you shoot them sometimes. The Last of Us 2 was decent, but I have no real desire to play it again. Yeah, I saw a playthrough of it, and I saw like, you know, reactions and reviews of it, and that was enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't really feel like playing this. This doesn't really appeal to me. You guys know me. I don't really like super, like, hardcore, violent, realistic, gory kind of stuff. I like really lighthearted, nice, cutesy stuff. Like Lyria right here, you know? Looking at this little figurine. That's just the kind of guy that I am. You know? And some people, like, absolutely cringe and wince and their face contorts and twists around in disgust at, like, anything that looks like an anime, right? But they'll fucking play The Last of Us 220 times and say, fuck yeah, this is great, right? Or play God of War 2 and be like, yeah, this is a fucking game for men, you know? It depends. I don't really want to make people feel bad for, you know, liking what they like and their reasons for why they like it. We're all different people. We all have different walks of life, different origins, different opinions and mentalities, different reasons for why we play games. But one thing that we do have in common is that we all love them. And so, we can all keep vouching for our own teams without having to, like, force each other to like the arbitrary thing that we like, you know? What's that? Lighthearted, nice, cutesy stuff. Haven't played Atelier yet because I actually have played Atelier in private. I have the PlayStation Vita collection of Atelier Rorona, Atelier Meruru, and Atelier Bubalino or whatever. I forget what the third one is. But I have the whole, like, Arsland or Arland trilogy on PlayStation Vita. That's just literally Atelier's definition. Yeah, it's nice and cute and fluffy. I tried playing the very first Atelier game that was re-released on PlayStation Vita a long time ago. And I did not get super far into it. And again, for the same reasons that I don't play anything else. I got distracted with other games, or I ran out of time, or I just, you know. Right now, I'm focusing on playing games on PC and on my PS4. So, like, my PlayStation Vita is unfortunately kind of neglected right now. It doesn't have any dust because I do clean my furniture and stuff pretty regularly. So it's not picking up dust as people would want to, like, snarkily and snidely like to say. But it is metaphorically taking up a little bit of dust because I haven't turned on my PlayStation Vita TV in a long while. My Vita, like whenever I want to play Vita games, I turn on the PlayStation TV so that I can play them on my TV. Which means that I have used my actual Vita even less. Which sucks because the Vita and the PlayStation TV, for its time, back when it was relevant, it was a great console. It was a great console, but now, unfortunately, almost every single game that I used to play on Vita, now I have it on PC, now I have it on PS4, you know? There's only a few PlayStation Vita exclusive games that never came out anywhere else that I am dying. I am dying to be able to play in like a remastered version or some sort of re-release or something. I'm glad that I still have those games. Oreshika, Tainted Bloodlines. Freedom Wars, great game. Freedom Wars is awesome. PlayStation Vita exclusive. Fucking Muramasa Rebirth. That's an exclusive. I think the first version of Tearaway. I know that there's a PS4 version of Tearaway. Tearaway Unfolded, but I don't know if it's the same game. I don't know if it's quite the same game. What else? Like all of the Magical Beat. Magical Beat is like a little puzzle game on Vita. Never came out anywhere else. But yeah, all of the BlazBlue games I used to play on Vita and PSP, I have them all on my PC now. The Neptunia games, I have Neptunia Rebirth 1, Rebirth 2, and Rebirth 3 on PlayStation Vita. But I don't even know if those are like the right versions to play now because the first game has gotten like 20 different remakes. The second one, I don't know. And then I think the third one also got like 3 different remakes. Then you have all the spin-off stuff. I have like the Blanc like zombies game that sucked ass, and then Hyperdimension Neptunia U that also sucked ass. There's a lot of Vita stuff. Oh, fucking Soul Sacrifice. Vita exclusive game. Never came out anywhere else. It's a great game. If anybody out there still has a Vita or has like a hacked PlayStation TV or something, get yourself Soul Sacrifice Delta. Amazing game. Awesome game. By the creator of Mega Man. By Keiji Inafune. What other stuff? Just Rebirth 1 got a bunch of releases. I could have sworn that Hyperdimension Neptunia V got a bunch of stuff. Like V, and then like V2, and then V2R. I forget. I don't know. It gets a little confusing. Apologies if I'm getting stuff wrong. But I do know that the first game got a bunch of remakes. But yeah, what else is there to say? Oh! There was this like Dengeki Bunko fighting climax fighting game that was on Vita. V2's a sequel? I see. Yeah, there was the Dengeki Bunko fighting game, which I don't know if that was a PlayStation Vita exclusive. I think it did come out on other platforms. I think it came out on PS4 too. And then there's a lot of like Japan exclusive PlayStation Vita games that never came out over here. A lot of Muso games, a lot of dating sims. Lots of like little like Bullet Girls, you know, Bullet Girls 1. Bullet Girls Fantasia. I think there was like an Earth Defense Force game. Taiko Drum Master. There was just a lot. A lot. Especially if you go to the Japanese store on Vita and PSP, it's a fucking gold mine. Like an actual literal gold mine of games. I could actually tell by the thumbnail that you were playing my main. Sorry for spamming. You're not spamming, but this is the third time that you want me to acknowledge that Vira is a character that exists in Granblue Fantasy Versus, available now for PlayStation 4 and PC via Steam. I saw your comment. I just didn't have anything to say. Because you said like fucking 5 times, yeah, Vira, I like Vira. Vira's my main character. If I don't look, I'm looking at comments. I can see all of them. But I'm not going to respond to all of them because not all of them are worth responding to. Some of them are just, I like this thing. Cool. Senpai has noticed you. Vira is a character that exists. Great. There we go, the end. But anyway, the stream is about to hit 3 hours. And I think I've made up. I have more than made up for a relatively boring stream by talking a lot here at the end in the post-stream discussion. Now, this is the time where I kind of realized that this is kind of what I actually wanted to do. You know, just sort of like unwind and just kind of like, you know, just spill out all of my thoughts about whatever I'm doing. Or whatever I'm thinking about, you know? And I could do that technically while I'm playing the game, but like, sometimes I'm just like, I'm trying to pay attention to the game, or like my nose is like going crazy and I'm just, you know, I'm just thinking about other shit and I'm just not, you know, it happens. Sorry about that, it won't happen again. Don't say that. It is gonna happen again. You're gonna forget. Like a month from now it's gonna happen again. But don't worry. I'm not gonna hold it against you. But do remember, just do remember that, you know, I do read all the comments, but I don't respond or acknowledge all of them because some of them are just too cringe, some of them are people being mean, some of them are like just spam, some of them are, you know, just like mundane, innocuous comments that like I really have nothing to say about, you know? And some comments are not even directed at me, right? Sometimes it's people having a conversation or responding to each other about something. And sometimes, like, I make an ass out of myself because I respond thinking that it's a comment for me, but it's not for me, it's for, like, Hasio, or it's for, like, Heavy or something. You know, Brandon was talking to Heavy, and I responded as if it was for me. And then it looked like I have a big ego. Because I just assumed that everything's just for me. But yeah, I know it's cool, but, you know, just, you know, I'm just one guy. And, I'm lucky enough that I have a tiny amount of people, you know, talking in the chat, right? So I can catch everybody. But eventually, at some point into the future, maybe there might be more people hanging around here, and more people are going to talk, and I'm just gonna miss you. You know? And just don't take it personally. That doesn't mean that I hate you or anything. I don't know who you are, so, you know. I get it. I'm glad you forgive me. Regardless, my mind thinks I main someone else. Well, reassure your mind. Go back to the chat comments that you wrote, and you'll remind yourself that you main Vira. You main the creepy yandere lady. But anyway, 2 hours and 54 minutes. I sat here and I talked for an hour. God damn, and I think the time flew by even faster than when I was streaming and playing the game. Man, I don't know if I should say sorry or I should say thank you. Because I feel like I'm engaging more people now. More people are talking now that I'm just, you know, doing a casual chat than when I was playing the game. Anyway, I think I'm done here. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Shoutouts to Mr. Marcus Devil May Cry for following on Twitch. I will be back tomorrow. I think I've decided in my mind that I'm just gonna keep going with the Crossbell games. I have the previous session unlisted. I might actually make it public again. Because, I'm gonna go ahead and, take all of the episodes for Crossbell, and I'm gonna put them all in one playlist. Now, the cool thing about making playlists is that it doesn't matter what channel it's from. So I can fuse all of the episodes that I have on the second channel with all of the episodes that I'm gonna do now on the main channel, and just have it all just be in one playlist. So, if you just wanna binge the whole series and just watch all of it, you don't have to worry about a goddamn thing. It's all gonna be in one thing. You don't have to jump from one channel to the other. And I am gonna be putting everything up on Patreon as well. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been very diligent about updating the Patreon Every single time I do a new stream, every single time I make a new video, it's all in there. And there are some streams out there that I have unlisted on YouTube where I'm like, they're too boring, or I said something stupid, or I was being too cringe, or something. So I don't want this on my channel, so I'm gonna put it as unlisted, and you can't see it. But if you're a Patreon subscriber, which is only like $5 a month if you want the Discord access, but you only need $1, one little dollarino to get access to everything on the Patreon feed, which includes those live streams that I have unlisted, but you can go and watch those streams on Patreon if you want. So, if you want to see me be boring at a video game, then, you know, you can, that's a little incentive, right? You get a little bit of extra THP action if you pledge, right? But yeah, I usually don't like locking away content and stuff. I don't really believe in paywalls and stuff, but I'm making the exception for live streams that I personally am not a fan of. Stuff that's like, kind of boring, this was whatever, you know, stuff that I don't feel like really needs to exist on my channel. So I make it private, and if you're a subscriber, you can watch it, right? And that's just like hours and hours of me just like not being interesting. But yeah, thank you everybody. Good night, and I'll maybe see you tomorrow. You're not boring. I love you. Playing some Kaga and other fighting games. Cool. At least somebody likes it. That with one person that loves it, then I can go to bed. I won't lose any sleep tonight. Thank you. Anyway, this has been me and my crumply bag of gummy bears, of gummy worms, what used to be gummy worms. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.